Right, okay, just as an experiment, because I don't know 100%. I know I have been blacklisted, I've got evidence of that. But with this I haven't. But I have sent a lot of emails, and obviously I know it's fact that the BBC blacklisted me. But as for individuals, but okay, we've got like the director for television. I think that was £320,000 a year. We've got head of arts at the BBC. I guess it was around £300,000 a year for him as well. Now, imagine they're on the computer or the laptop or their phone, whatever, but they're on their laptop and they're reading my email. I believe I've come out as a genius polymath. I know I'm a polymath. I've been blacklisted, ostracised, blah blah blah. My university doesn't want anything. Blah, blah, blah. Futurism, psychology, societal psychopathy, blah 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 blah. Metaphysics, yeah, right. And then they just go, fuck that, fuck that. And then next week, the week after, they commission a documentary on creativity or something on society. And there's some good stuff about society. You know, even on BBC Three, some of it's pretty good. But I think the old BBC need to really sort themselves out, because the people, we pay for that. We pay for the BBC. Or get in contact with me and say, I don't believe you're a genius, but you're obviously a polymath. I can't get out of that one. If somebody doesn't believe that I'm a genius, remember, I've had to say that because nobody else would. Not to get me out there, not in the country, I don't think. Because who would go for my work? Nobody would want to go for my work. They're not going for my work. They're not getting back to me. But I recognise that in myself, and there are certain traits there. You know, if you know a little bit about genius. But to truly understand genius, for most people, including me, and me as well, you have to get it into your head. It's very simple that you can never blacklist one. You can never help to ostracise one. You can never lie about a genius. And this obviously applies to everyone else. It isn't a pyramid. Anyone, right? You don't blacklist people. You don't ostracise people. You don't try and fuck their heads up. You don't take money on possible earnings away from people on purpose when they've got something to offer. Somebody's, you know, not qualified, or they're not right, they're not talented enough for certain jobs. That's kind of fair enough, you know. That's for them. It's maybe practice, get better. But it isn't that. It isn't this. I'm not like, this isn't a ploy to get to be employed by the BBC. The BBC are dead. They have died, and they are lying to the whole world. You know, it's the largest broadcaster in the world, the BBC, and it's publicly funded. Okay, and it's not good enough. There's not, you know, there's good, great people on TV, and there's a good chance I'll get on TV one day. I don't know where or who or and what, quite what I'd be doing. Probably documentary. I don't know. There's a lot I could be doing. There's a lot I could do. I could be, you know, broadcastable with just a few £1,000s, really. You know, it depends. You can do it anyway. But some new equipment for me, and that's what I need to work on. They're just not smart enough. I can only really deal with obviously educated, but just naturally intellectual, healthy, balanced people. Because that's it. It's all or nothing. It's like, well, if you're all attacking me, well, you know, you're not healthy and you're not balanced. You're hiding it. You're hiding things. You're lying to other people. You might have conspired with other people, and then that's conspiracy about blacklisting a genius. I mean, you know, I've just sent, you know, the final thing I'll ever send to the Humanist Association, and it's, you go on there, read, spend 10 minutes on there, 5 minutes. And I'm not anti-humanist, you know, I'm not religious. I get a lot of that. But they also, a lot of them are atheists, and there's nothing wrong with being religious either. It's mindset. It's mindset. It's psychopathy, and that's they probably won't like me at the Humanists. That's their last ever kind of chance with me. And I would never call myself a humanist either. That's for them. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think that's wrong, and it does box you in. Same as calling yourself an atheist. Just be you. Just be you. I personally believe more and more that we are in some kind of simulation. And there's a lot there that I could be working on and trying to get out. And that hopefully will come out. I've started to. Like a lot of people, a lot of scientists, a lot of bloke down the pub might think that as well. It don't matter, but I don't know that. I don't know. If someone come along and proved it, that it wasn't, or someone of a high level of creativity come along and had different ideas, I wouldn't get funny. I wouldn't like. I don't know how many messages I get. We see what happens in a couple of years. But I mean, obviously, if someone does come along in a few years and says, "Look, man, I'm getting blacklisted as well," I'm going to try my best. If it's genuine, you know, I'd never blacklist anyone, even someone that could wipe the floor with me. And look at all the great movies being made and stuff like that. And you know, I'm not doing that. I'm not at that level. I'm different. You don't get jealous, man. You don't, and you don't want to bring kids up who are getting jealous because it creates psychopathy and who are basically inhumane. A lot of these people, I think, are like psychopathic children, and they've thrown their toys out the pram. And I can do that. I can do that. I can have a moan, but it's justified, you know. It's not when you're fucking ignoring someone who says they believe they're a genius polymath. You really, you've got you have destroyed your own career. It's just that nobody else knows about it. You haven't destroyed yourself as a human. You've done a lot of damage there. These people, what they've done to themselves. Going back to the someone at the BBC just fucking getting a bit funny and never mentioning me or whatever, and continuing on their kind of day to day. And what if they got family? They'd probably never mention that to their kids or their wife or whoever. And it's fucking insane when you've got, like, especially if it's such a dark age, nasty, weird thing, I think, that's going on. And it is going on. It's not me being delusional. I'm a graduate of a university who won't touch me. I've said, look, I think I've come out as like a doctorate. I think I've mentioned the word genius, polymath. You'd think that's a positive thing for any university, but it isn't if someone's a psychopath. And that would be a psychopath, because they would just keep refusing. There's people in government that would probably, if this was like even 200 years ago, they'd have had me killed, you know, because they're psychopaths.